So what you'll need is about 250 grams of mushrooms, which I've cut up into quarters, a good handful of parsley, which I've chopped up pretty fine, 300 milliliters of whole milk, 150 milliliters of heavy cream, roughly 1 tablespoon of flour. Here I have 1 clove of garlic, which I've pressed. This one I will be using with the mushrooms. And here I have a big chunk of garlic, which I'm going to use in the sauce itself. A couple of twigs of fresh thyme. If you can't find fresh thyme, you can also use dried thyme, but it's so much more delicious with fresh thyme. Some butter. Of course I'm not going to use the whole block, it's just to show that it's butter. And finally, some pepper and some salt. So first of all, we're going to fry the mushrooms. Take a pan, put a good amount of butter in there and put it on a fire. Now let the butter melt. So once the butter has melted, add in your mushrooms. Give it a good coating of butter. And fry them until they start looking golden brown. Halfway through, add in your thyme and give it a stir as well. Once the mushrooms are almost done, add in the garlic, the pressed garlic, and give it a stir. At this point you can season it with some pepper and a little bit of salt. Give it a stir as well. Make sure that you don't overfry the garlic because it will become bitter. Now we can turn off the fire and sprinkle some parsley on top. And let everything fry on the resting heat. Now let's move on to the roux. So first of all, add a good amount of butter in your pot. Put it on a fire and let it melt. Of course, in real life, you will be making this almost simultaneously, but for the purpose of the video, I'm going to do it in 2 sections. Once the butter has melted, add in your flour. Give it a good whisk, so that you have something like that. And now let this fry for a bit until everything starts smelling like cookies. Because you want to get rid of that starchy flavor of the flour, and you do that by frying it a bit. Alright, it's smelling like cookies. And now we can add the milk and the cream as well. Give everything a good stir. At this point you can add the garlic and you can reuse the thyme from the mushrooms. Just add it into the sauce as well. Now bring everything to a slight boil. Some might say simmer. At this point you can basically add any spices you like. I like to keep it nice and simple, just thyme and garlic. But you can also add like nutmeg, basil, whatever herbs you like basically with the mushrooms. So when the sauce starts to simmer, you can lower the fire and let it simmer until it thickens up a bit. So once the sauce is a bit thicker, it's time to add it to the mushrooms. Just take out the thyme and the garlic, put the mushrooms back on the fire. Alright, and then add the sauce to the mushrooms. Now lower the fire to medium-low, give everything a really good stir and let it cook so that everything comes together flavor-wise and sauce-wise. At this point, taste the sauce. If you think that it needs more salt and pepper, in my case it does, just add some more, and if it doesn't, just leave it be. And now just let everything cook on a medium to medium-low fire until the sauce reaches your desired consistency. There you go, this sauce reached my desired consistency and it looks something like this. As you can see, not too thick and not too thin, just good enough to coat your spaghetti or pasta or whatever thing you're going to eat this with. So once everything is done, present it on a plate and you can eat.